Okay, part 2 of reading about the Jewish people in my 1927 encyclopedia. They are strongly Unitarian in belief regarding Christ merely as an illustrious Jewish teacher. They seek no proselytes. They practice circumcision, reject pork as unclean, and eat no meat not killed under the immediate inspection of their own rabbis. Slaughterhouses arrange special hours where the rabbi comes to slaughter animals for the Hebrew meat shop. In addition to having given the Bible and Christianity to the world, the Jews are entitled to respect for their contributions to music, the science, and general literature. In music, finance, and statesmanship, they are represented by such names as is it Mendelssohn? Oh, probably. Rothschild, which we all know, and Disraeli. The true Jew desires that his people shall remain always apart from the world. If y'all want to be apart from the world, why y'all trying to take over everything? I mean, just saying. A sect by itself. The greatest care is taken to bring up children right and to prevent intermarriage with the Gentiles. They just make sure to keep it in the family. As all people of the outside world are called, people believe that ultimately the Jews will become merged in the great family of nations. Hebrew is still the language of the Jewish people. For commercial purposes, the Jews acquire language of the country in which they live. Judaism, the religion of the Jews, derived from the Hebrew Bible or Old Testament and later commentaries of the rabbis. The essential religious interpretation of Judaism is ethical monolism. This is the belief in a code of morals bound up inseparably with the belief in one infinite spiritual force called God. In modern times, there are two varying branches of belief in Judaism with various degrees between. These branches are the Reform and the Orthodox. While they have different modes of worship and in some instances different beliefs, they represent the same religion with a slightly different interpretation. There are no distinctions between Reform and Orthodox in the sense of the distinctions between the various churches of Protestant Christianity. In Judaism, there is no church head. Each congregation is autonomous. This has prevented any schismatic break between Reform and Orthodox Jews. In general, Orthodox Judaism accepts the doctrine of the literature inspiration of the Bible and follows the ceremonial interpretations of biblical law which have been made by Talmudic and post-Talmudic rabbis. To Orthodox Jews, the infallible guide to life is found in the 613 commands of the Bible, and their rabbinical interpretations are formulated by Joseph Caro, 1488 through 1575 in the Shulchan Aruch. The Reformed Jew upholds that he terms a progressive interpretation of Jewish practice. Reformed Judaism began in Germany in the early part of the 19th century. Its main religious principle is the adaptation of Jewish traditions to modern life. Its chief difference with Orthodox Judaism concerns the binding power of certain customs and ceremonies. Orthodox Jews maintaining the religious ceremonies when one instituted are eternal and unchanging. Before we go over, there's this picture here. The Israelites led into captivity. Whereas Reformed Jews maintain that each age must interpret religious life for itself. For example, it has removed the hats of the men during religious services in accordance with Occidental customs and has instituted an abridged book of prayers in the vernacular. The Reform movement, while strong in America, formed during the summer of 1926 a world alliance, good Lord, of progressive Judaism in London with representatives from Europe and America. Participation in the union was ratified by the Central Conference of American Rabbis and Rabbinical Reform Body and the Union of American Hebrew Congregations, the congregational body at the Biennial meeting in January 1927. Between the extremes of Reform and Orthodox Judaism are various congregations called conservative, deviating somewhat from the literal tradition Judaism, but not to the extent of the average Reform congregation. Conservative Judaism of today is really the Reformed Judaism of yesterday. It deviates from the letter of tradition, but not to the extent to which the present liberal movement has gone. it will be noticed that the name of the liberal wing of the Judaism is Reform and not Reformed. The reason for this is that Reform Judaism maintains that it represents a progressive development and not a static recodification of former revelation. This process is continuous and develops with the variations of modern life. Kind of like they ever evolve what the meaning of anti-Semitism is to cover absolutely anything. Anyways, while Judaism has no creed in the static and codified sense, there are certain generally accepted ideas of faith that mark it off from Christianity. Judaism rejects entirely the Christian expansion of its God idea into the Trinity. It insists on a unity without qualifications. It contains no belief in original sin or vicarious atonement. The soul is born into life pure and undefiled, and the moral relationship in its final analysis is one directly between man and his God without intermediation. Judaism did not accept Jesus of Nazareth as the Messiah, because the first thing the Messiah was to do, according to the belief of the day, was to throw off the oppression of Rome. Jesus did not succeed in this and was therefore not accepted. Yeah, we know. The Jews demanded that the Romans kill him. Anyway, strict Orthodox Jews today still believe in the coming of a personal Messiah. In the liberal, conservative, and reform wings, the idea of a personal Messiah has given way to a hope of the coming of a Masonic age, an era of peace and goodwill arrived at by the steady improvement of humanity. Rabbi Edward Israel. See Josephus, Jerusalem, Palestine, Bible, Jubilee, Year of David, Absalom. So tell me, why on earth are they trying to push so hard for Christians to be Zionist when it says right here they don't want anything to do with Christian people and do not believe what Christians believe? I don't understand how so many Christians are going along with this bullshit just because they don't know better and they won't pick up an actual fucking Bible and read it. Anyways, I digress. Let me know what you want me to look up next.